John Madden at the marina section of Veracruz. This is the harbor. This is actually the bay. We're looking at the bay here. There are 3 boats out there that come in and especially on the weekends take people out into the ocean for pay. And a little dinghy that I think is connected with them also. I was swimming out right next to those boats this morning. And over here you have the Moye, the Naval Base and Naval Museum commemorating the building of that wharf. 5 years it took, back around 1900. Took what always was one of the very first ports in Mexico. Spanish came here in around the 1515s, and the adding of that wharf has kept it a hugely important commercial port for Mexico. And I've been around here a lot. I was here January and February, off to Orizaba up in the mountains for 7 weeks, and now I've been back for about a month. And I'm planning to be here another couple of weeks and then take off way out east on the Yucatan to what has all for maybe 3 years now been my fantasied final destination, the Riviera Maya and the resort area around the island of Cozumel, where I do have a friend. So I am in a pretty rarefied state today for a number of reasons. I recently went through a couple of pretty significant traumas and then healed them like 90%. They're mostly all healed. I got my car stolen in Orizaba. After 4 years of being a camper van man, I have embraced a pedestrian lifestyle, and I'm more and more seeing how good it can be for me not to live in a camper van. And I've had some real significant financial help from friends to put me in an apartment. Right down that road, the hotel you see is the Royalty Hotel. The street right in front of it is Abasolo. I'm a block and a half to the right on that street. It's a disastrously bad apartment, but and I'm going to say more about that, but it's the roof over my head and not hotel rates. So, the things that have me in an especially altered state today, one is that I went through all those traumas, including my feet getting inflamed, infected, swollen up, my knee getting an old injury. You can see how swollen it is. That for 3 days had me really seriously limping. All that's essentially healed right now, way better. The trauma about the car theft, being robbed on the beach, down south in Boca del Rio there on the 2nd of May. 2 guys masquerading as cops took the 4,000 pesos that was supposed to go into an apartment deposit. That was traumatic. And then I walked all night because I no longer felt safe on the beach. I was in the wrong shoes, the only shoes I had left after my car had been stolen, and really aggravated my feet, and I was in a lot of pain walking for days. That's mostly all past. And you know, danger has the capacity of focusing the mind. The prospect of a hanging will focus the mind. Well, my landlord for something like 18 days now, I knew was crazy as a hoot. And my friend who got me into her complex, her building there, as I was moving in, said, "Don't trust anything he says." And I thought she was being paranoid. But yesterday, I got the proof that he lies through his teeth. In the morning, he had said, "Hey, I've got a bed for you." This guy, Billy, a block over, has a decent frame and a good mattress and box spring, and you can have it for 600 pesos. I tell the story elsewhere, but basically what unfolded over the course of the day was the mattress never showed up. Then my landlord said, "No, it's in my apartment. The mattress and box springs are in my apartment. I'm cleaning your back bedroom in order to put it there. You go down to the Hotel Mari Tierra and use the Wi-Fi there at the hotel. When you get back, you'll have your mattress." No, I didn't. I got back around 10 o'clock, my little camping air mattress, which has a leak, was nicely set up on the frame. And he came by a little later and said, Billy never brought the mattress in the frame. I'm going over to his house right now to try to make him give it to you. Well, one of those things was a lie, right? He had said to me, it's in my apartment. There was no question, that's what he said. It's not something you would forget. A big, full-size mattress and box springs in his little apartment? No. So I went, this guy not only is crazy, and I think he is crazy and paranoid, but he's a con man. And the most likely story is that he maybe proposed it to Billy, cooked up this scheme as how they could fleece the gringo for 600 pesos. Not a huge amount of money. And I'm planning to be there for another 9 or 10 days. And I'm not planning to give him advance notice of moving out. He still doesn't have running water in the place. He can't seem to do it. He floods my apartment every time he tries to get the water to come down off the roof. The power, something's seriously wrong with the power, because even when my phones say they're charging, they don't really charge much. Half the overhead lights don't work. It's a disaster. It's like squatting in an abandoned building, almost. And now I'm facing a guy who, okay, he's gonna do, it's him or me. I love authentic relationships. I'm all about that. It's him or me. He's gonna use me every way he can. I fantasized really confronting him. Hey, the jig is up, Victor. I know now that you lie all the time. Roxana was right. Her family moved out owing him money under cover of darkness 3 days ago, which they told me they were going to do. But he lied about that. He says they also had 3,000 of the 6,000 pesos you paid me. She was holding it. No, she wasn't. That's insane. He wouldn't have let her hold it. So I knew that was a lie. So for the 9 days, I can't afford a hotel. I have to be there for 9 days and not tell him until I'm in the process of moving out. This morning he started exploring with me, are you going to stay another month? And I had to really think about every answer. Well, I haven't decided yet, Victor. There's a lot to think about. I still don't have running water. You said you were going to get water up here for me to drink, water for flushing the toilet. You didn't do either of that. The Wi-Fi isn't working. It's a lot to think about. I want him to be on his good behavior. I'd love for him to get... He claimed that the cable company is coming today to try to get the Wi-Fi working. I know now that he'll say anything he thinks is going to work or help. So I decided not to confront him. It's better off for me just to say, well, okay, so it didn't work out with the mattress. I'm up off the floor. That's better. Maybe worth the 600 pesos. If I say to him, I know now that you lie, then I've given that card away. I'm going to hold that card for myself. So I was going through all that, and that made me late for my morning swim. I have been swimming in this bay 6 or 7 mornings now for at least an hour. And the whole reason I'm in Mexico is to live by the ocean and swim in the ocean every day, or almost every day. And I'm thinking Cozumel may be the place. This is the best swimming I've encountered. 2 years. 2 years ago, I left New Orleans and went to the south beaches of southwest Louisiana, and then all through Texas, and now a year in Mexico. This is the best swimming because it's all, see that breakwater all the way down there? Let's give you more magnification. There's a long breakwater that's paved and people can run and walk and stuff. And I did that a couple of days ago. It was a long walk. And there's a lighthouse at the end. And I have swam one day almost to the lighthouse. And then swam almost to the moye here. I've been doing big swimming. The last couple of days have been more modest and mostly using it as just a consciousness thing, not trying. This morning I was late getting down there and a lifeguard was on duty, and I thought he might try to keep me within the buoys, and I go way past him out where those boats are and beyond. So long focus. So I've been saying for 2 years that weightlessness, the oceanic feeling, it started with a man-made lake in Kentucky, but in the ocean it's unbelievable. But very seldom can you actually just bob around and float. Usually there's a chop, especially as the day goes on. So this morning I popped when I got out of the water. 2 days ago when I got out of the water, the whole world had gotten seriously quiet. It was like freeze frame, everything's stopped. Today it's just, I was so at peace. I could almost not function, and I'm still almost that way. But the back and forth between the danger with Victor and spiritual oneness that I'm feeling has got my attention really razor sharp. Okay.